What advice would you give to the younger, say, 20-year-old Ezra if you were back in university today?
I think, first of all, that in terms of living standards, things are much better today than they were as a whole in the world. If you think number of people who live in a bare subsistence economy, who have doubts as to whether they're going to have enough food to eat next week, the proportion of the world's population that's able to find enough to eat has certainly gone way up. But the world is at a very difficult turning point now, and so many things are happening at such a rapid pace that we haven't devised systems for dealing with that kind of rapid change. And local communities that used to be able to handle things now are so upended by changes over which they have no control. And how to respond to that, there are so many new challenges, and there's no simple, easy answer now, because the world keeps changes. So my advice to an 18-year-old would, first of all, get to know other people besides the people you grew up with, different culture, and get to know them as friends and get to know them deeply. I think a 3-month trip isn't enough.
Right.
If you have the opportunity to learn a foreign language and then stay for maybe a year or so in that country, and where you form deep friendships that could last a long time. And I've had the good luck to be able to continue to see those friends in Japan and China over decades. And it's fun to have friendships. You like it, you enjoy each other. But also, when you meet a friend, you can learn things more deeply than if you meet a stranger. You know where he's coming from or she is coming from.
Right.
You know what they stand for. And to form deep relationships, you get to a deeper level. So I would say get that kind of perspective. Second thing I would say is don't give up. Not everything works. I was one time trying to get a job at one place and I bombed. Fortunately, I didn't give up. I kept working. And I knew my limitations. I realized I needed a lot of work. I maybe worked too hard. I think it was tough on my family it was such a grind. But I wish I had been not quite so much a grind. But I think to continue to work is a good thing. And to continue to learn and to keep yourself open for new ideas and try to think of the big picture. What's happening in the society you grew up in? What are the changes around the world that's going to affect that? What are the big things that need to be done, and how can I help with that? And how can I have the humane role to be able to help people and to make life better for a lot of other people? In the long run, I think that gives a lot more satisfaction than just being rich and having a fancy big house and traveling around in a fancy vehicle and seeing the whole world. So that would be my advice.